Welcome to the Weekly Extra Point Live. I'm your host, Mo Khan, here for the Road Show, in which we have the D2 final between ONS against Victoria's Secret. With me, as always, is the D2 expert himself, Don Shepard.
Expert. Yes, I'm the expert.
Expert indeed.
Yes.
However, these two teams know each other very well. I guess you can say they're both experts. Looking at both teams here, Victoria's Secret winning 57-37 over ONS way back when during the regular season. Paul Lapierre, 9 touchdown passes. Kevin Wyeth, 6 TDs, 2 INTs. Don, your early thoughts after that game going into this one?
Well, it seems like a tale of two teams. I mean, Paul Lapierre had basically the best game of his career that day, easily by throwing 9 touchdowns. ONS still had a good game. Defense was still all over the board. Not the same team we've seen in the playoffs. So I think you can throw all of that out the window and break down what we're going to see today.
All right, looking at both teams here, how did they get to the finals? Well, guess what? ONS, they defeated some good teams along the way. Tomahawks, they defeated Trojans and Wolfpack to get here. ONS, a little bit of a rough ride. Air Squad, they had the bye week. Yep. They beat Air Squad in a very close game, and they beat a very tough Mercenaries to get here. First question I have for you, Don. Does the Kevin Wyeth or Rashid Banal-Decatur equation cancel each other out, given how they're familiar now, because he played with the Montreal's finest in D1?
It's really hard to tell because Rashdi is a cerebral master. He'll break down everything. He's going to go through everything he knows about Kevin. I know they even practiced last week, so I mean, he knows what he's going to expect. And the thing is, a lot of teams know what to expect from Kevin, but Kevin still manages to get the job done and complete the passes. I know Victoria's Secret is very secure in the thought that they believe they can stop him 2 to 3 times this game. So that's a big question mark there. Can Rashdi really stop Kevin because he plays with him? I don't know if it cancels out. It might actually give Rashdi an advantage.
Well, speaking of ONS, this is a team during their 3-game playoff winning streak have produced at least a sack or INT along the way. Can they do the exact same thing in this finals tonight? They
will get a sack. I guarantee if Ainsley Adams is rushing, that Paul Lapierre will at least get sacked once, if not twice. That could make a big difference if it's at a key moment in the game. So we're going to have to wait and see how it plays out, but I'm almost guaranteeing a sack.
What about Victoria's Secret? This is a team that's had lapses in their 2 playoff victories. In fact, Air Squad almost beating them on the last play. Mercenaries having their opportunities to almost score late in half, couldn't do it, and not recover from that game. Looking ahead here, Don, what must the Mercenaries do, or what must Victoria's Secret do in this game along with ONS?
Well, I mean, Victoria's Secret, what they really have to do is they have to manage to stop ONS's offense and be consistent on offense. Paul Lapierre has had a great season. He's had his ups and his downs, but he usually does what he has to do to get the job done. The problem is ONS's defense has been really stepping up. So can he really break down the ONS defense squad and pick them apart? Stay short, don't try and go too long, or know when to go long. It's a very hard question. I'm not sure, but all they really have to do is rely on their defense. It's been so strong all year, and count on their offense to put up some points.
All right, let's go down to field level for the pregame interviews with ONS and, of course, Victoria's Secret.
I'm here with Ronaldo Jordan and Rashdi Ben Abdelkader, who's being an ass behind me. We chose to interview Ronaldo, 1, because Rashdi's annoying, and 2, because Ronaldo's actually here on time. So you guys got a hard matchup. You guys are going to be playing ONS. Yeah. Do you think you can stop their offense?
Definitely. I think that we can do anything when it comes to our team. Once we get in a roll, I don't think there's any offense that anybody should be scared of on our team.
Very confident. You guys have a great feeling about this game, obviously.
Definitely.
Perfect. Rashdi, would you like to throw in anything? You know Kevin Wyeth very well. You play with him in Division 1. Yep. Do you believe you got the format down to stop him this game?
I would say that Kevin Wyeth is incredible and fantastic, but we do know his weak point. And we had a chat with his wife during the week, and she actually told us all the weaknesses. And thanks to Ren, he's going to be rushing in the whole game. He should have a chance to touch that special place to make us win.
There you go. We got to hear from the guys from Victoria's Secret. Very confident. It's going to be a great game. I'm here with Jeff Millar, as I like to say on every Weppel, and we're just talking to him about the game tonight. Of course, we got Rajdi interfering as usual. You guys had a hard game last time out. You guys already talked about it on the Weppel. Moving forward, you guys have been a whole new team in the playoffs. How do you guys feel about your chances coming into this game?
Confident.
Yeah? You're looking good. You guys think that you can stop their offense? I'm absolutely sure. You think your defense is going to play the way you guys have been playing lately?
Yeah, probably better against Paul.
Better against Pa. There you go. You got
Ducks.
You what?
It's easy to get under his ducks.
There we go. Very nice. We're liking the confidence. Okay, well, best of luck to you and the guys tonight. That's it for ONS. Let's see who takes it home tonight. We'll see you later.
And we thank you to the ONS and, of course, Victoria's Secret for the pregame interviews. Don, look at the symmetry. ONS has won their games in this order: 44-33, 46-33, and 45-35. What is a realistic score for this team if they are to win tonight?
Well, obviously, if they score 45 points, they win. That's how it's been going for them this whole playoff. Score 45, you'll win. But like I said, Victoria's Secret can put up the points too. The thing, I just think the defense of Victoria's Secret is a little too strong for them to count on putting up 45 points. I think they gotta work over 35. If they can get like 38 and they can stop VS a little bit, then they're gonna have a shot at winning this game. I don't think they're gonna put up 45.
All right,
I'm thinking 38.
Very well, then 38 points it is. Looking ahead here, a key matchup here: Andrew Blevins for ONS, and of course Mario Shawari for Victoria's Secret. Andrew Blevins, fantastic regular season so far in the playoffs: 15 catches, 5 TDs. Shawari has 8 catches, but half those catches on first downs that kept drives alive for Victoria's Secret. Who do you expect will have a bigger game, and who's more key for the offense now?
Well, here's the thing. I know Victoria's Secret is worried about Blevins, so they're going to work very hard to shut him down. The same can't be said for ONS's defense. I'm sure they're not worried about Shawari. I like to actually enunciate it because when Mo says it, it sounds like one mushy word. Mario Shawari. I think Mario Shawari is going to have the better game because they're not going to key on him as much as the Victoria's Secret will key on Andrew Blevins. Mario Shawari.
Finally, your one X factor from this game.
My one X factor or
Yes.
one from each team?
One overall or one from each team, whatever you desire.
I'm going to go with one from each team. For ONS, I'm going to go with Craig O'Brien because I really think the key is what defense he's going to call. If he can call the defense that they ran against the G-Men, they're going to have a very good shot at winning this game. On the other side, it's JM Alert. This guy has been stepping up. Is there a French way to pronounce it? I know it's Alert. But
I guess that's how you pronounce it.
this guy has been all over the field on offense and on defense. Saw him make a very key pick in that Air Squad game where Air Squad was driving and would have taken the lead and would have ended up winning the game. And he did a one-handed pick, ripped it off the guy as the guy was trying to catch the ball. So I really think he's going to step up. No one knows who he is, and he's going to have a big game.
All right, it is now time for the prediction on who we think, or who you think, Don, will be the new Winter D2 champion in about, I guess, a few hours' time from now. Who do you like, Victoria's Secret or ONS?
Oral Ness. I love Oral Ness. This is going to be a very tough game. It's going to be very close. Right now, I'm saying, I wrote in my article, you could flip a coin. I really, this is one of the toughest picks, I think, out of all the divisions to make this year. And I'm going to lean with ONS. I just believe that the defense has been really stepping up in the playoffs. I don't see why it would change now. I think they're going to have a big game. And I just think that I don't think Paul LaPierre is going to be able to put up those 9 touchdowns. So I'm going to take ONS 38-35.
There you have it. Don Shepard with his D2 prediction. We'll find out in a few hours' time who is correct, Don Shepard or maybe Victoria's Secret.
Absolutely, with Shawari.
With Matty Shawari. Anyway, coming up next is the game, the D2 final, followed by the halftime report. Then afterwards, we'll award the new champion for D2 Winter. Then the postgame show. Coming up, the D2 final on FPF Weekly Extra Point Live.
Right here.
And welcome to the D2 Winter Finals between Victoria's Secret against One Night Stands. Two well-known teams here, Darren Bazerjan. Welcome to the D2 Finals.
Yeah, really very well-known teams. A lot of players that we know very, very well in this league. Obviously, familiar faces in D1 and D2. But this is really going to be a game. The most important thing is how the one night stands offense will fare against the best defense in Division 2, which is the Victoria's Secret defense.
And you know what? Both teams are very, very good on offense. And you wonder which O&S team will show up on defense, as you pointed out before. Will they be able to make a play? They've made one big play in each playoff win that they've had so far. We'll see. As not Brocation, but one night stands will be on defense. Victoria's Secret will be starting out with the football here, moving ahead. And you wonder what type of attack Paul Lapierre will have. He knows how to play in this type of finals.
Yeah, you know, he's a guy who always fell short early on in his career as a quarterback, but has really been on fire in the higher levels at quarterback. He's really been improving from year to year, and I expect nothing less than a good performance.
1st and 10 here, opening drive here for Victoria's Secret. Lapierre throws a quick out. It is incomplete to Rashdi Ben Abdelkader.
And a flag on the play. Looks like pass interference on
Corey Cook, it looks
on
like.
Corey Cook, or defensive
Yes.
contact, I should say, on Corey Cook there. Rashdi may be selling it a little bit there, too. Is that
you
possible?
never know.
Yeah.
You never know, right? Well, it's now second down here. And, first down, my apologies. And a new set of downs here for Victoria's Secret. Paul Lapierre has his receivers split out very wide from the snapper as he waits for the snap of the football. Gets it, looking to his left. Pumps. He is going to go over the middle. It is caught by, it looks like Jean-Michel. Yes, it is Jean-Michel with the catch.
Jean-Michel Alert making the big catch down the middle of the field. Saw Paul Lapierre roll a little bit to his left, kind of try and buy some time, but didn't see anything on the left side. Goes right down the middle. Great catch by Alert.
Jean-Michel Alert, 23-yard gain on that play, Darren.
Obviously, we've seen Paul Lapierre. His main targets are Jason Prince, Rashdi Ben Abdelkader, and Mario Chouari, but it's good to see him early on using other guys.
Well, here we go. Inside, very deep of O&S territory. Lapierre gets a quick out to Mario Chouari. It is caught. It is a touchdown. 1-yard touchdown. 6-0. Victoria's Secret.
And there it is. Obviously, Mario Chouari and Paul Lapierre have been playing together for quite a while. They have a very good synchronicity. These are two guys who understand each other very well. And Mario always knows what he wants from Paul Lapierre, what kind of routes to run, and Lapierre just finds it very easy. You got to be a little bit more aggressive that close to the end zone. Very easy for the snapper to just turn to the right, catch the ball, and touchdown.
And Anson Dudek, I guess, talking to Leo Gervais, head referee, about maybe some initial contact that should have been called maybe. Who knows? But we'll see how this plays out as we progress along. Extra point attempt here for Victoria's Secret. Paul Lapierre going for the 1-point attempt. Gets the snap, looking to his right, rolling to his right, waiting, goes over the middle. It is caught by Rashdi Ben Abdelkader. 7-0 Victoria's Secret.
Easy as pie on that one, or I don't know what the expression is, Mokan. But either way, Rashdi Ben Abdelkader really, obviously, during the regular season had 20 touchdowns. He's a guy that Paul Lapierre finds in the end zone with great frequency. And again, nothing suggests that we'll see any otherwise against the ONS defense, which hasn't been the best.
Hasn't been the best, but their offense, on the other hand, has been the best. And Kevin Wyeth, anytime you have Kevin Wyeth throwing for you, you have a very good chance to win a championship here. Wyeth waits for the snap, gets it, looking to his left, throws it over to Chris Miller. It is caught. He's going to get some big yards, 11-yard gain, first down.
Yeah, again, what we're seeing as a trend here is quarterbacks not being pegged in with just those receivers that they always used to go through in the regular season. They're spreading it around a lot more because these are two elite quarterbacks, and they'll take what the defenses give them. They're not just going to force it.
Well, now it is a good start for their drive. I mean, Kevin Wyeth is the key for them, but with the guy like Miller, Jeff and Chris Miller, Andrew Blevins, receiver of the year, Ryan Brewster, these are guys that you cannot take lightly. Wyeth gets the ball, looking to his left, pumps, goes over to the corner. It is picked. It is
my
caught.
God.
Jeff Miller on the sea of hands, catching it for a touchdown, 7-6, Victoria's Secret.
That was a ridiculous play. Jeff Brown gets a beat on it. It bounces off his hands, and then Jeff Miller comes up with the big catch, touchdown. I'm speechless, Mo. I don't know what to say.
I think it went off Jason Prince's hands there, but if it did, I mean, and also like Jason Prince, I mean, I'm sure he's very upset at himself that he did not corral that football in. And Rashdi Ben Abdelkader given the instructions to the defense on the adjustments, but boy, did they have a beat on that play. A lucky play for ONS as they go for the extra point attempt, down 7-6 early in the first half of the D2 finals. Wyeth gets a snap, looking to his left, rolls out to his right, goes crossbody. It is picked out by Godfrey Abu. He is going to go and score and make this an 8-6 lead now for Victoria's Secret.
You expect something a little bit smarter than that from a guy like Kevin Wyeth, as polished and as smart and cerebral as a quarterback we have in this league. just to throw it up crossbody where Godfrey Abu is as good a defensive player as there is in this league, can cut in front of it and go all the way down. That's 2 points you just gave up for nothing, basically.
Well, now they're up
1 point, I should say.
Absolutely. They're up 8-6 now. Victorious Secret over ONS as they will start on their second drive of the first half of the D2 finals. Paul Lapierre has had a good start to this football game, connecting early and often as he waits for the snap of the football. Gets it, looking over to his right, going over to the middle to Mario Chouare. That is an 8-yard grab, just shy of the first down.
Chouari starts off his route going on the left side of the rusher, cuts back towards the right, and finds a little hole in between two of the defenders. Nice play there. Very easy for these two guys. Like I said, they have such good chemistry together, and that's why Chouari is a guy who catches a lot of balls from Paul Lapierre.
Second and short now for Victoria's Secret as they are moving this ball with ease against this very questionable ONS defense. You don't know what defense will show up in this final here. Lapierre waits for the snap, gets it, looking to his left, rolls out to his left. Going to go cross, body to Jason Prince, just out of his grasp. Third down and short.
Prince, obviously one of the bigger players. You saw that little mental miscue at the beginning where he had a chance on the ball and it went into Miller's hands for the ONS touchdown. Now kind of a little bit of a mix-up there. You got to wonder if it's finals jitters or something, because Prince has been the big play receiver for this team, having great numbers.
On both ways, two-way player over here that he is. Lapierre waiting for the snap, gets it, looking over the middle. He's going to go over to Mario Chouare again, over his head, incomplete, fourth down here, and this is where ONS tends to tighten up with their defense.
That was a bit dangerous there, that pass. You saw that really nobody had a very good chance at it, but there was an opportunity for an interception, and the worst thing is you could do against this ONS team is give them an easy turnover like that.
And the funny part is that they only need 2 yards for the first down, and they keep on going for the juggler here, going for 10, 15-yard passing attempts here. Fourth down coming up. This is a big play for both teams here. Momentum could definitely be had for ONS if they are to force a turnover on downs by the Victorious Secret football team. Lapierre gets a snap of the football, looking to his left, goes. He has Rashi Benaltakeder with a big play, and that should be enough for a first down, sir.
Well, that was smart, and I appreciate you calling me Sir Mokan. But it's smart because, like you said, all they needed was 2 yards. Rashi with a nice fake inside, goes back, cuts back outside, and then he's open enough to get those 2-3 yards that they needed to get a first down. That's all that you really need.
First down and 10, a fresh set of downs here for Victoria's Secret, and they're killing a lot of clock now, and I guess that is their game plan for this game against ONS. Lapierre gets it, looking to his right, goes to the silence. It is caught by Jason Prince, and that should be just shy of a first down, though.
Like we said earlier, Prince, one of the 3 go-to guys for this team. Obviously, the other receivers who have come up big for them, Rashdi Ben Abdelkader is obviously the number 1 guy, and Mario Chouari. You're going to get a steady dose of these guys, but I'd like to see Paul Lapierre spread it out a little bit. You saw him do it earlier, get it to Jean-Michel Alert. I'd like to see him spread it, all across so that it's not too easy for ONS to pinpoint on a player.
Second and short here for Victoria's Secret. Lapierre looking, rolling out to his right. He's going to run. No, he's going to throw it. It is caught. Touchdown, Jason Prince.
Nice catch. Nice play by Paul Lapierre, running really up to the line of scrimmage, but not over it. Gets a pass out to the front corner of the end zone where Jason Prince was waiting. Nice play by Prince to keep his feet in bounds and maintain control of that football for the touchdown.
14-6 here, going for the extra point to potentially be up by 9 points. And you think back to Godfrey Abu's INT for the extra point attempt by Kevin Wyatt. That can definitely be the difference maker in this football game, as they could go up by 2 scores here in the first half of the D2 finals. Lapierre throws it. It is through the hands of Jeff Brown. The score will remain 14-6.
8-point lead for Victoria's Secret. Not obviously a safe lead by any ways or means, but definitely good to have that cushion.
Kevin Wyeth getting the snap of the football, looking to his left, rolls. He's going deep. He has Ainsley Adams open, overthrowing, incomplete.
It was a good matchup for them. Rashdi Ben Abdelkader is a great, a Hall of Famer in this league, but maybe not the fastest player, and Ainsley Adams did have a step, but Kevin Wyatt just misses him with the overthrow.
Just misses him indeed, and again, they have to connect because Victoria's Secret, from the looks of it, are really trying to milk the clock and force ONS to play their style of game in this first half. And again, with guys like Jamil Springer, who's manning the middle of the football field, this is a guy that loves the ball hawk. So we'll see if he'll have a big impact on this football game. And where's Andrew Blevins up till now? We'll have to find out. 2nd and 10 here for ONS. Wyeth looking, going to the outs. It is incomplete drop by Andrew Blevins.
There you go. And he's been the absolute go-to guy for Kevin Wyeth all season. Wide receiver of the year, as Mokan mentioned. Put up incredible numbers, and you got to expect that Kevin Wyeth will have to try and get him the ball so that their offense can succeed. That's how they've done it this season.
3rd and 10 here for ONS's offense. Stuck in Park. Wyeth looking to his left. Pumps going over to the middle. Once again, he has, and again, to Ainsley Adams, overthrown. He had a Rashi Ben Aldicator beat on that post route.
That looked like a replay. It was very similar, but again, Kevin Wyeth with the overthrow. I'm not sure if that might have been his primary read. It seems like you always see on the play, he's looking towards Blevins, but Blevins has had good coverage. On that one was Jamil Springer, who was close to him.
All right, here we go. 4th down and 10. A big play, big gamble here for ONS. Wyeth gets to snap the football. High snap, looking to his left. Waits, throws it over the middle. He's got Chris Miller open for a first down and more. 27-yard gain. Tackled by Godfrey Abu.
Tackled by Godfrey Abu, but he looks like he got hurt on that play. But wide open was Miller over the middle of the field. And obviously you can only cover so many people. And Kevin Wyeth, again, he's smart enough not to force it. If Blevins is covered and Ryan Brewster is covered, then he's going to find someone open, and in that case, it was Miller in the middle of the field.
1st down and 10 to go for ONS. A big gut check play for them to get the first down here, as they're looking to potentially cut this lead to maybe a 2-point deficit, if not maybe tie it up or go for the 1 point, depending on what they do here. Down 14-6 in the first half of the football game. Kevin Wyeth, we know what he can do in the finals, so we know what Paul up here can do. Wyeth gets it, waiting, going over the middle. It is almost picked off by Jean-Michel Alert on that play. Couldn't corral it in, though.
Miscommunication there between Chris Miller and Kevin Wyeth. Miller kind of stopped his route short, or Wyeth missed him, and it looked more like it was a pass toward Jean-Michel Alert than it was anything else. And he's a little bit frustrated by his inability to corral that ball.
2nd down now in 10 for ONS, going up against a very fast Victoria's Secret. You look at their speed, whether it's Jason Prince, Ronaldo Jordan, Jamil Springer, Alert, Godfrey Abu even, and Rashman Aldicator. Wyeth getting the snap, looking to his left, waiting, going to the corner of the end zone, overthrowing, out of bounds, intended for Ryan Brewster.
Yeah, nothing there, so you got to throw it away. It's still 2nd down. There's no rush. Obviously, a guy as confident as Wyeth, Vinny Guilano with a nice catch on the sideline there. You just got to be smart about it. There's no reason to throw away a pass in double coverage or anything like that.
And you know what? When you see a team like Victoria's Secret, this is a team that loves the ball hawk, as I mentioned before, and you don't want to have that football anywhere near the black shirt hands of this football team. Wyeth getting the snap of the football, looking to his left again, going to the corner, overthrown once again, intended for Andrew Blevins. It is now 4th down.
That play was just not happening from the start. Blevins, you could see that there was a defender in front of him. Blevins they would have been a very small window. And yes, Wyeth can hit that window, but just, again, not working. Kevin Wyeth looks a little bit off so far tonight.
He's had more completions to Vinny Galano on the sidelines than he has so far to Andrew Blevins up till now. So maybe they can get that rectified moving ahead. All right, 4th down coming up here for ONS. They have to convert and get a touchdown to cut this lead in half. Wyeth waiting, looking, rolling out to his right. He has time now. He has Ryan Brewster over for the touchdown. 14-12 now for Victoria's Secrets.
Ryan Brewster wide open there. I'm not sure what the coverage was, but that was way too easy for a guy like Kevin Wyeth, who we don't see move out of the pocket too much. Rolls to his right, finds Brewster wide open. You see Rashdi Ben Abdelkader complaining that he thought maybe Wyeth had crossed the line, but the referees, 3 referees on the field, they didn't miss that. So,
all right,
touchdown.
Extra point attempt coming up here to potentially cut this lead to a 14-13, 14-14 lead. My apologies, going for the 2-point convert here, trying to spread out the Victoria's Secret defense. Jamil Springer playing in the middle of the field. Wyeth waiting. He's going to throw it to Chris Miller as a second option here. Miller's going to throw a crossbite to the other side of the corner. It is picked off by Godfrey Abu. It looks like it. Yes, it is. So that will not be good for the ONS offense.
Yeah, no good for the extra point there. They are still down by 2 points, and that just shows you how that, those pick sixes on the extra point. Again, Godfrey Abu had another chance for it, but tackled well short, obviously. Still, that's a 1 point that might come back to haunt them.
And again, points are at a premium so far in this football game. Both teams executing on offense. It's a matter of now who will execute on defense, and we'll find out now in the next few drives what could happen for both teams before the first half is completed in this D2 Winter Finals, Darren. 1st and 10 for Victoria's Secret here. Paul Lapierre having a fantastic start to the game. Connected with all of his guys up till now. Waiting for the snap of the football for Mario Chouare. Gets it, looking to his right, goes quick. Ooh, almost picked up, intended for, it looked like it was Ryan Brown. Was
Jeff
it?
Brown.
Jeff
Jeff
Brown,
Brown.
my apologies. Jeff Brown, almost picked off by Antti Dudek and Craig O'Brien.
Yeah, they were both in good coverage there. Not the best throw that for Paul Lapierre there. You've got to be smart, and when you're playing in Division 2, Division 1, these higher divisions, like we always say, the window is so much smaller and it's so much easier. The smallest mistake could be critical. So you got to be careful. Protect that ball.
You got to protect that ball, and it was almost critical for them on this play. 2nd and 10 now here for Victoria's Secret, looking to go up by a few more points. Lapierre looking to his left. Quick out to Rashi Ben-Abdelkader. Beautiful catch by Ben-Abdelkader. That will be 7-yard gain, just short of the first down, though.
Just short, but it makes it manageable now. Rashi Ben-Abdelkader down the sideline is something we've seen throughout his FPF career. That's where he makes his living, making tough grabs, good grabs. The guy has good hands and a good awareness of where to attack the defense and where to be. So good play by him, and it makes it a much more manageable to get that first down now.
3rd down now for Victoria's Secret's offense. Can ONS hold them in check? We'll find out on this ensuing play. Paul Lapierre having a good game up till now. Waiting for the snap, looking to his left, waiting. He's going to go cross body. He's got Jason Prince open for the touchdown, 28 yards, 20-12 now for Victoria's Secret.
Wide open, and the one thing about Paul Lapierre is he's obviously he's a non-traditional quarterback, so usually you'll think, oh, well, quarterback rolls one way, especially in D2 or D1. You're not going to want to throw it across your body, but that's exactly what he does. Plants his foot, turns to the right, Jason Prince wide open on the right side of the field.
And now it is 20-12. ONS have to make a stop, something along those lines, to keep it within a one-score range for them to have any chance in this football game. But a great read by Paul Lapierre to find Jason Prince open for him to walk into the end zone to make it a 20-12 lead here, Darren.
So far, Jason Prince really has been taking it to the ONS defense, and were it not for an unfortunate bounce through his hands, he could have been making it happen on defense too. So
that's why he's one of the most dangerous two-way players we have in FPF. Lapierre gets the ball, looking to his left, goes quick out. It is incomplete, intended for Rashi Ben-Abdelkader. Great play by Corey Cook.
Corey Cook saw that play coming all the way, jumps in front of that route, and makes sure that Rashi doesn't come down with it. It was really a very easy play for him to read. He knew he was going to Rashi, that Paul Lapierre was going to Rashi. Steps in front of it.
Well, it's still manageable. Down by one full score, 8 points, ONS, that is, to Victoria's Secret. They could very well tie it up on this ensuing drive here and keep it within range before the first half is completed. Again, Kevin Wyeth, we know what he can do, all reliable that he is. Waiting for the snap of the football from Andrew Blevins. Gets it. It is through his hands, and that, I believe, it is a safety. Yes, 22-12. Darren Basmajan, once again, points are being given up by ONS.
Yeah, between the pick six on the extra point, that's 1 point. Now a safety that really just went through Kevin Wyeth's hands. This is not what we expect to see, not what we're used to seeing from a quarterback as decorated, obviously, as a Hall of Famer, as Kevin Wyeth. And
it's uncharacteristic so far. It's a lot of careless errors by ONS up till now in this football game. We'll see if Victoria's Secret can now put the final nail in the coffin, even though we're still in the first half, to be up by a bigger scoreline than what it is right now. It is 22-12. Victoria's Secret over ONS late in the first half. Paul Lapierre giving his signals, giving out his instructions to his teammates, waiting for the snap of the football as he surveys the defense, looking, seeing what he likes. Gets a snap of the football, looking to his left, pumps, going to the middle. He has a wide man. A wide open man, and is incomplete, intended for, I believe, Godfrey Abu. Great play, though, by Burrell.
he could have had him, just had to lead him a little bit more. It was a little bit behind, and so the pass ended up being incomplete. If you had let him a bit more, I think you had a touchdown there, Mo.
Godfrey Abu did have a step on Burrell, and unfortunately, the ball was not, as you pointed out before, was not placed in the right spot for him to make that catch. And again, Paul Lapierre, when he finds that open weak link or that weak link in that coverage, he'll exploit that to the full maximum. So far, he has on the right side of that defense. 2nd and 10 here for Paul Lapierre in the offense, waiting for the snap of the football. Gets it, looking to his left, waiting, pumps. He avoids the rush. He finds, it looks like it is Godfrey Abu for a big gain, and that is 16-yard gain and a first down, sir.
Good patience by Paul Lapierre here, waiting till the last second. Finds Godfrey Abu sitting right there in the middle, wide open. Nice, easy throw for him. And this is one advantage that Paul Lapierre has, being as tall as he is, that even if the rusher is in his face, he can still get the ball off and can still see downfield, something that a lot of quarterbacks don't have.
First and 10 here. Big play by the Victoria's Secret offense. Lapierre waits for the snap. Gets it. Looking to his left. Pumps. He's going to his right. He has a wide open man. Jason Prince with the move. Touchdown. 16 yards. 28-12 now for Victoria's Secret.
Jason Prince is abusing that side of the ONS defense. 3 touchdowns so far on that side, and he's really making it look very, very easy. Jason Prince having a big game so far.
A huge game for him. We can already give him the first half MVP, if anything, out here. But a great start for Jason Prince in this football game. As you said before, abusing the right side of that defense. Here going for the extra point attempt, up by 16 points here late in the first half of this D2 finals between Victoria's Secret ONS. ONS wearing orange, Victoria's Secret in black with red numerals. And Paul Lapierre having a great first half up till now, waiting for the snap of the football from Mario Schwarre. Gets it, looking to his right, goes to his right. He has Schwarre open, and he is just short for the extra point attempt.
So it's still a 16-point lead, and you see how quickly a game like this can be broken open. It's a 16-point game, and really the only mistakes ONS made was a bad play on an extra point, a bad snap, and then there you have it.
And just 10 minutes ago, it was an 8-point lead. And as you said before, the following things happen. A botched snap makes it a 10-point lead, and they have not looked back up till now here, Victoria's Secret with their offense.
Really, it's a bit surprising. I have to say, Mokan, look, you play with Kevin Wyeth. This is not what we expect to see from him, especially he's been very, very good in final games in the past. He's won playoff MVPs, so it's a little bit surprising to see this offense struggle as much as it had.
First and 10 here, Wyeth looking to his middle. He has Ryan Brewster open, incomplete drop ball.
Just the whole ONS team seems, I don't know if it's a little bit nervous or they realize the enormity of the task because they're facing a defense that is so strong, a defensive unit masterminded by Rashdi Ben Abdelkader, who is obviously one of the best defensive minds in FPF. And then you have so much talent at all the spots. There are no weak links on this defense. So I guess maybe they're getting nervous. They're feeling the pressure too.
All right, we're now down to the last 5 plays of the first half here. Wyeth waiting for the snap. Gets it, looking over the middle again. Open is Ryan Brewster for a 7-yard gain, tackled by Godfrey Abu.
And you got to figure they got to build some momentum here going into the half. We're slowly near the end. And the one thing you got to consider, Rashdi Ben Abdelkader is a teammate of Kevin Wyeth's with Montreal's finest. And so maybe he knows what to call and what to do. And that might be playing a part against Kevin Wyeth. And
again, they know each other very well, and if that's the case to be, so far, good game plan by Rashdi Ben Abdelkader. 4 plays left here. Wyeth pumps, waiting, going over the middle. It is almost picked off by Jamil Springer, intended for Andrew Blevins.
Jamil Springer, who was the playoff MVP last winter finals in Division 2 for this, not exactly the same squad, I guess, a little bit different. A little bit different, but still the core remains the same. And he's a guy whose name we haven't mentioned too much today, but he's putting good defense, and you can see him covering Andrew Blevins on a lot of these plays too, and that's shutting him down.
4th down, 3 plays left. Wyeth looking. He's going again to Ryan Brewster. Incomplete. Ryan Brewster trying to get a flag. Great play by Godfrey Abu.
And another turnover on downs, and really just great coverage throughout. Ryan Brewster really pleading for that flag, but he's not going to get it, and good coverage by Godfrey Abu, as you said.
And since you said it before, turnover on downs here. Paul Lapierre has 2 plays left here to potentially score and make this an even bigger lead for Victoria's Secret. Late in the first half of this football game, you can see the physical expression, the body expression of ONS right now. Not very happy with their start, and whether or not they're questioning the referees, so far Victoria's Secret have answered the bell and have made their plays when it matters most. 1st and 10, 2 plays left. And Lapierre gets the ball, waiting, pumps. He's not sacked. He's going to run. He'll have plenty of real estate left. He'll get the first down and more, about 13 yards, and there is an injured ONS player on the field.
Yeah, well, when Paul Lapierre, when that big freight train starts going, it's kind of hard to get him off those tracks. And as you see him rumbling, bumbling, and stumbling down the field, gets very close. And now what's unthinkable, 2 plays left in the half, they are now a yard shy, maybe even a half yard shy of the end zone to make this an even bigger lead.
And if they do score this touchdown, you wonder if this is game, set, match, and it's only the first half. And that could be the difference here.
I would never count out Kevin Wyeth, but I just think it would be a very big hill to climb.
All right, here we go. 1 play left, last play of the first half, inside the 10-yard line of the ONS defense. Lapierre gets a waiting. He goes. He has Rashdi Ben Abdelkader open for a touchdown, 7 yards, 34-12 now for Victoria's Secret.
what a hole ONS have put themselves in. And it's really just little mental miscues, a lack of sharpness, and this is something that Victoria's Secret have taken advantage of throughout this first half. We're going to have to see if maybe the roles can be reversed in the second half. Otherwise, might be a long, long game for the ONS.
And right now, it's looking very bleak for them to have any chance whatsoever to make this a football game. And so far, it's been a great start for Victoria's Secret, a terrible start for ONS in this first half. And we'll have to see what the halftime speech will be for both teams here at that moment. Lapierre gets the ball, looking to his right. He has a incomplete pass. Had Arashi Ben Al-Decatur open for a split second. Looked like it was deflected.
Well, everything ONS needed, for disregarding this last play, everything ONS needed to happen didn't happen, and everything Victoria's Secret needed to happen did.
Well, it's halftime now. Victoria's Secret up 34-12, Darren. This has been a surprise start here. But then again, we'll have to see how this looks out in the second half. Coming up next is the halftime report. And then we'll be back for the second half of the D2 Winter Finals on FPF.
Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives. What was supposed to be very dramatic is not at all. The score at halftime is 34-12 for Victoria's Secret. The ONS defense has been absolutely the way they played earlier in the season. I don't know if the scouting job was done completely by VS. Also, a very unfortunate game-changing play when Andrew Blevings and Kevin Wyeth had some kind of miscue. Ended up being a safety on a botched snap. And from there, it's just been all downhill. 34-12, not looking good for the ONS squad. Victoria's Secret looking like they're on their way to being victorious.
Welcome back here. ONS with the football, down 34-12. Wyeth gets to snap the football, looking to his left. He is going to go deep. He has jam alert with the pick, and is a turnover. Yes, it is a turnover. A great play.
Well, I thought that Kevin Wyeth would come out and kind of put to rest that first half, and I understand them wanting to go for the jugular right off the bat to try and, get momentum back on their side, but Jam Alert with a fantastic read on there, comes up with the interception, and as you can see, kind of Kevin Wyeth looking on despondent, hoping that his defense can do something it hasn't done much this season, which is get a big stop.
Yes, and now you wonder if this is the ultimate dagger in the heart of ONS's chances. Paul Lapierre now with the football, waiting for the snap. He gets it, looking to his left, going deep. He has a man open. It is caught. Touchdown, Godfrey Abu.
Right down the sideline, nothing too complicated about that. Really a nice play, and as you said, Mokan, they're really trying to put the nail in the coffin, and it's too early to say that they definitively did, but it's looking very unlikely for ONS right now.
40-12 now, going for the extra point, and this again is. I've not seen a blowout of this big proportion since the D1 Winter Final in 2008 when Montreal's Finest lost to the Hurricanes 52-26. So this is a big game.
And really surprising considering the talent on the offense. On the ONS offense, they've only put up 12 points. It's unbelievable to me.
Without question here. All right, going for the extra point for Paul Lapierre, looking for the 1 point advantage here to go up 41-12. Looks to his left, going. He has Jeff Brown, incomplete. It is now 40-12. ONS will get the ball back.
Well, I'm sure. Obviously, you want to get every extra point, but I don't think that's the end of the world for them. Their offense has been doing incredible. I mean, 40 points, and we just started the second half. It's an incredible performance.
Prior to the second half here, they were on pace for a 68-24 victory over ONS, and they're well on their way of matching that projection right now as we speak. Early in the second half, Kevin Wyeth looks very stumped right now on what to do against his very fast Victoria's Secret defense. Wyeth getting the ball over the middle to Andrew Blevings, incomplete through his hands. Second down.
Well, Blevings was actually open on this one. Springer was playing a little bit further off of him, and he just drops the ball, and you can see he's a little bit frustrated, but it's amazing to see this lack of precision and accuracy from all the players on the ONS squad. It's just surprising.
2nd and 10 here for ONS, and uncharted territory for this team. And uncharted territory for Victoria's Secret to be up by this big scoreline here. They have to play better defense if they want to maintain the scoreline. Incomplete pass once again intended for Ryan Brewster. 3rd down.
I can't say anything anymore. It's probably a combination of ONS kind of struggling out of the gate and never really getting it going, and a combination maybe that the offense feels like it has to do too much. That their defense, because they can't get stops, it's too much pressure, and they just seem to be wilting under that pressure.
3rd and 10 here for ONS. They have to convert it for a first down. Wyeth waiting for the snap of the football. He will get it. Looking to his right, rolls out to his right. He waits. Short pass is picked off by Godfrey Abu. Godfrey Abu makes one move on Wyeth. Touchdown. It is now 46-12. Victoria's Secret.
Game over?
It's still a close game, but
Well, I wouldn't call it close. It's still a game, maybe, but it's just the way they're playing. It's not just a question of the disparity, but just the way that ONS is playing. There's no conviction. There's no focus. It's just I can't imagine them coming back from this deficit.
a very tough scoreline now, and to be up by 34 points, that requires to essentially score 5 touchdowns, if not more than that.
Against the best defense in Division 2.
Exactly. Very tough to do here. Paul Lapierre doesn't have to take the relaxed approach, but he knows very well he has a comfortable lead here. Now, extra point, get to jam alert, 47-12. Victoria's Secret well on their way now to hoisting the D2 Winter Championship.
Definitely, it's got to be a Victoria's Secret championship at this point. It's very early to say, but I didn't see this blowout coming. I don't think you did, Mokan.
No, not at all. And we talked about the defense for ONS. They have to come up with the big play. They didn't at all so far in this football game. Wyeth waiting for the snap, gets it, looking, goes short through the hands of Tony Lala. Another drop ball for ONS.
Their drop balls, incompletions. These are things that I did not expect to see from ONS. We all thought it was possible that there might be a stop or two and ONS might falter, but I don't think anybody expected this.
Not at all here. 2nd and 10 for ONS. Looking for some sort of positive play here, whether it's a short gain or not. Wyeth looking. He is going to go deep. He has a man open in the sidelines, and that is Jeff Miller. Looks like he has touchdown. 47-18 now for Victoria's Secret.
A big catch here. That was wide open, Jeff Miller, and then a nice deke, kind of backpedals in. But you can even see it from their reaction there. It's all smiles. They're high-fiving each other. I think both teams know they're playing for pride at this point.
Without question it is. And, we can look ahead here, pending the extra point, on what the future is for both of these teams. And, again, Andrew Blevins snapping the football, receiver of the year, hasn't done too much today. 2-point attempt. Wyeth looking, waiting, trying to buy some time. He throws it over the middle. It is incomplete. Great play by Rashi Benaldicator, intended for Ryan Brewster.
Yeah, we can look a bit further ahead. I mean, this ONS squad, there's better. They could have played better. I think this is a team similar to what the Rainmakers underwent a few seasons ago, where they were all offense, not so good on defense. And this is a team that kind of maybe needs to bring 1 or 2 defensive players to bolster that team. This is a team that obviously has the offense that could compete, but they need a little bit more help on D.
All right, we'll see what happens now here for Victoria's Secret. If they can continue on with their dominance on offense, Paul Lapierre getting his chance to throw the football again, waiting for the snap, gets it, looking to his right, rolling out to his right, buying some time, going deep. He has a man wide open. It is a great play by Ainsley Adams, intended for Jason Prince.
Keeps attacking that right side of the field, and this time it was a throw that there was a little bit of a chance of a catch, but Ainsley, like you said, comes up with a huge pass defense there, something we haven't seen too much of from ONS this game.
Not at all. 2nd and 10 here. Uncharted territory, actually, for Victoria's Secret. They haven't been in many second down situations of 10 yards or more. And, again, they've done very well up till now. Lapierre gets the snap of the football, looking to his left now, going short to Jamil Springer. Millie Mills is his name out there with a short gain. And there was a flag on the play, though.
It looks like flag guarding is what official Leo Gervais is calling there. I think probably he saw that arm swing, batting away the hand, but there's no point at this point in taking a penalty, you know?
I don't think Leo Gervais will be getting a free CD from Millie Mills' new album coming out very soon, actually.
Nice. Did you get paid for that?
No, I did not.
Well, maybe he should send you a free CD then.
Hopefully, or maybe on the iPod. Lapierre waiting for the snap of the football. Going to the other sideline. It is caught by Jason Prince. That will be a 14-yard gain. That should be enough for a first down.
Very easy for them right now. Paul Lapierre is never really even having to go to the second or third reads. It's everything they're throwing is basically complete, and it's at this point, this game seems to basically has just become an extended warm up for Kevin Wyeth, maybe, who would be playing in the Division One championship later.
And you wonder if Kevin Wyeth or Rashid Ben Abdelkader will take themselves out of the football game to avoid any potential injury that they could suffer before their D1 matchup against the Expos.
Well, Rashid Ben Abdelkader isn't out there right now, actually, on offense, so that might be a precursor to what you're talking about.
You never know. Lapierre, high snap, waiting for the ball, gets it. He's going to go incomplete, intended for Jamil Springer, just out of his grasp, though.
But these are two very proud teams as well. I can't see that. As you can see, even though they're up by a lot, Victoria's Secret, they're not just shutting it down. They want to continue to play well and continue succeeding. This is the last football they'll be playing in this season for most of those players. And same thing on the ONS side too. I mean, they haven't been playing very well. Obviously, the determination to compete hasn't really been as strong as it should, but they have some pride.
Lapierre gets a snap of the football. Quick slant in, dropped by Jason Prince. This will now result in another incompletion in another third down situation.
Yeah, a few more. I think we've seen more incompletes on this drive than we saw in the entire game up to date from the Victoria's Secret offense.
They played a flawless game so far up till now, and I'm sure Paul Lapierre is a bit frustrated because he does not want to stop scoring points against this ONS team. Gets a snap, looking to his left, waiting. He's going to the left. It is caught by Jam Alerts for a first down. Yes, enough. 12-yard gain, first down now.
All right, well, there goes that theory. We kind of thought they were going to start slowing down and struggling a little bit, but GM Alert has come up very big for them in this game so far. He's been a good target for this Victoria's Secret offense. I think he's been targeted more than Rashidi has.
Well, again, you got to spread that football out, and as you pointed out before, Rashid Ben Abdelkader not out on the football field. I think knowing very well that this game is well in hand for Victoria's Secret to win this matchup here in the D2 finals. Lapierre waiting for the snap of the football, surveying the defense. He gets a snap, looking, waiting, pumping. He's going incomplete. Great play by, it looks like Craig O'Brien with the pass deflection on that play.
Yeah, and it was thrown a bit behind Jason Prince, too. Not the most accurate play, and Craig O'Brien almost had a chance at an interception there. Obviously, the odds are not very good in their favor, but at this point, if you get a chance on a ball, you better intercept it if you're the ONS defense.
2nd and 10, or 2nd and goal, pardon me, as they're now very close to the goal line. For Victoria's Secret, looking to punch this one in and really put this game out of reach if they can hit the 50-plus plateau mark here. Lapierre gets a snap, waiting, pumps. He's got time. He throws it. It is great play by Hazley Adams, who could have picked it off and maybe ran it back.
Second time in a row where it looked like a ONS defender had a better chance at grabbing the ball than the Victoria's Secret receiver. Again, it's not a situation where there's very big likelihood of a comeback, but if you even have the faintest hope, you got to intercept that ball.
Without question here, as we now progress into the third down territory once again for Victoria's Secret. They've been very successful on third down up till now, looking to punch this one in and make this a bigger scoreline for themselves, maybe a 54-18 scoreline, unheard of in FPF football, in finals especially. Lapierre gets a snap of the football, waiting, buys some time, going to the corner of the end zone, overthrowing over the head of Mario Chouare. It is now 4th down.
And even then, Mario Chouare, I think, would have had a hard time staying in bounds with that pass. So, again, I understand not trying to be too reckless, but there's got to be something better open. He keeps attacking deep in that end zone, and you got to figure maybe there's something open in the front of the end zone.
Front, back, side to side, wherever it is, they have to cover those angles out there, Darren. 4th down now coming up here for Victoria's Secret. Paul Lapierre has Rashid Ben Abdelkader back in the game. He's going to throw. He's going to throw it back to Paula. One hopper, incomplete, turnover on downs.
Well, turnover on downs there, but no sense in taking a silly risk there. Rashid Ben Abdelkader kind of, I don't think this was done on purpose. I just think it wasn't a very good throw. Yeah, as you see, Paul Lapierre, it looks like it wasn't a very good throw.
Well, looking ahead here, not too far ahead, because if we're using the CNN poll, according to our projections here, it looks like Victoria's Secret are going to be the D2 champions.
You're calling the victory for Victoria's Secret.
Victoria's Secret.
All right.
Looking ahead here for ONS's sake, for their future, moving ahead, they bring Kevin Wyeth on board. He's been fantastic for them, but can they continue on and not sneak up on teams like they have so far in D2?
Well, I think we can throw out this game as an indicator of Kevin Wyeth. Like you said, he has been spectacular for them and their offensive unit. They have so much talent. Obviously, a guy like Blevings, who we didn't see much from tonight, was wide receiver of the year. Ryan Brewster is a guy who's been in this league for a long time, won awards, and is an exceptional receiver as well. They have a lot of talent on their offensive side of the ball, and any team with Kevin Wyeth will be competitive offensively.
That was an incomplete pass to Andrew Blevins.
Yeah, but the defense they've got to do something about that defense. They will never win a championship in Division II without a better defense.
Wyeth again, snap of the football, waiting. He throws to Tony Lala. It is caught. That will be a 16-yard gain, enough for the first down. Their offense is great, Darren, as we spoke about. And you wonder, what do they have to do to address their defense? Does that mean bringing in one or two more guys with defensive experience in FPF?
I think defensive experience is a very important thing here because what you have now is a lot of offensive players trying to play defense. And like it or not, especially defense in the higher divisions, you're not going to get too many stops. All the offenses are so good, but you need at least one or two stops, and you can't make it as easy as they made it on the Victoria's Secret offense.
Well, again, I mean, their offense has been great, and Wyeth throws it out. Ryan Brewster, touchdown grab for Ryan Brewster, now 47-24, making this something of a respectable scoreline here for ONS. And again, their offense is great, Darren, but their defense is the one question that has to be corrected in the offseason.
I mean, I don't put it out there that they can't at all. Look, they made it to the finals with this combination of incredible offense and a relatively subpar defense. But as you saw in this game, when they needed a stop, they were absolutely incapable of getting it. Now they just got one late, but at this point of the game, it doesn't really matter anymore. They need to do something to improve it. Obviously, I think it's improvements all across the board, I think, could help them. More of a defensive mentality, maybe more of a defensive leader. They've got the ability, but they just need to bolster that lineup.
All right, and here we go. Extra point attempt, 2-point convert over here to chip away, I guess. But we'll have to see how that plays out. Wyeth getting the snap, looking, tries to buy some time, avoids the rush, throws it. It is through the hands of Tony Lala, I believe it was, and through Jam Alert's hands. So this is an incompletion, though.
Everybody had a chance on that ball, Mo, but nobody was able to corral it in. In the end, it doesn't really matter. Let's talk a little bit about Victoria's Secret. I think that they obviously have put together an incredible season resulting in a championship. It's very good to see a defensive squad. It's rare to see it that a defense-first team but would do as well as they did. This is not a team devoid of offensive talent either. What do you think they'll be doing next season?
That's a good question. I mean, remember, we can always play the comparison card of what was the better team, this year's Victoria's Secret or last year's Rough Riders team, and that would be a good matchup if they went head-to-head in that regard. But looking ahead, I mean, they got plenty of talent by the looks of it. I mean, from what we've seen so far this year, they're going to have to figure it out if they're going to make the jump up to D1 and have Paul Lapierre be the quarterback, or stay in D2 and retool again to go for a 3P potentially. As
we see Jeff Brown getting a big catch down the middle of the field, you're right, Mokan. It's what they did this season is technically illegal. It's not, They were allowed to bring back the quarterback and three other players. So that core four is still there. The core four being Mario Schweri, Jamil Springer, Rashdi Ben-Abdelkader, and quarterback Paul Lapierre. So they brought those guys back. So technically they were within the rules, and they all know enough people that they could easily fill up a roster.
The wide network of people, yes.
Yeah, they can fill up a roster of different players that would still allow them to stay within the rules, and they would still be a competitive team in Div 2. But I have an inkling that this team is proud enough that they would like to try their mettle in Division 1.
That's it, though, right? If that is the case to be, then all teams in D1 would be affected by the defects of guys who would leave the D1 teams to go play for Victoria's Secret in Division 1. Paul Lapierre waiting for the snap, but gets it. Going over the middle, it is caught Ronaldo Jordan with a touchdown, 53-24 now for Victoria's Secret.
And Ronaldo Jordan is a guy who was a big name back when he played with the Monarchs. We heard about him a lot. We haven't heard as much about him because he's been relegated a bit to a lesser role here in the Flag Plus Football League. He's more of a rush-first guy, a guy who plays mainly on one side of the ball. Still a very good player, obviously an incredible talent, but he's in this team he was used more as a rusher than anything else.
100% here. Trips left now for Paul Lapierre, looking, waiting patiently. Got all day. He has Jeff Brown open for the extra point. It is now 54-24, my apologies, up by 30 points in this game.
It's all over, but popping the champagne bottle. And what do you think ONS will be back in Division 2, Mokan?
That's a good question, Dan. I mean, you look at their hopes. I mean, this spring if they do play, I mean, they could be a force, but will Kevin Wyeth be their quarterback? Highly doubtful because he's probably going to play for DA's finest. And then what do they do then? Do they go with Craig O'Brien, who is committed to other sports out there in the outdoor leagues? So this ONS team will definitely be searching for new guys for the spring league, if anything.
It's going to be a team in flux, as we see a catch down the sideline or a reception, a Chris Miller reception, and a little bit getting a bit closer to the end zone. It's going to be interesting. It's really going to be interesting. We'll see how serious these guys are about competing in this league, if they do make any changes, or if they say that, you know what, this is how we want to play and this is how we want to win, which isn't impossible. We've seen teams do that in the past as well.
And you wonder, looking at Victoria's Secret, is this the greatest D2 team ever? Remember the Texas All-Stars steamrolled through the competition 2 years ago, and Oliver Phillips proclaiming this was the best defense ever. Jam Alert almost picking off that pass by Kevin Wyeth. So, I mean, where do we rank this Victoria's Secret team? As a top 5 team, if not top 2 team?
It is definitely one of the best Division II squads we've seen. It's a team that I think could compete in Division I even. I think they would be a playoff team for sure. Look, you have the experience and the success of Paul Lapierre at quarterback, who has truly become an elite quarterback at this point. You have the defensive brains of Rashdi Ben-Abdelkader. You have a very solid rusher in Ronaldo Jordan. You have excellent overall athletes in guys like Jason Prince and Jamil Springer, guys who can get it done on both sides of the field. Then you have solid defensive players like Jem Alert and Godfrey Abu, guys who can also get it done offensively. It is a stacked roster from top to bottom.
We're now inside 5 plays here. Incomplete pass to Andrew Blevins on that last play. 4 plays left, and again, this is just a foregone conclusion. We know who is going to win this title. Congrats to Victoria's Secret on a domination over here. Blevins with the catch. He will be, I guess, tackled, but that might be brought back because of charging over there. But you're right, though, Darren. I mean, this Victoria's Secret team has great talent. It's now a matter of what they will do moving ahead. Again, these guys will all be dispersed amongst the Spring League teams. So there will be plenty of time to figure out their future plans because the Winter League does not start for another 8 months from now. So who knows what their plans will be.
But I did speak to Paul Lapierre before this game, and I asked him, what are you going to do if you guys win? Will you move up? And he really thought that he wanted to challenge himself. The time was right now for him to challenge himself as a quarterback in Division I and to bring this team. So we'll see if it's exactly these guys. Some of these guys, it's a question mark for sure, but I'm looking forward to seeing what happens.
It should be a fun time. I mean, the offseason for the Winter League is always one of those unique situations because you have pretty much from September until December where teams are trying to court players, recruit players onto the roster. So it will be a fun time out there for Victoria's Secret on determining their fate if they are D1 bound or come in with a new name, new look for D2 next winter.
We might see kind of a hybrid of some of the guys on this team, some of the guys from last year's team. It could be a very interesting team. At least they know what they're getting, a championship caliber squad.
2 plays left here in the football game. Wyeth waiting. He has a great catch by Ryan Brewster. 54-30 now. Touchdown grab by Ryan Brewster. And a little mock spike there in spite of the scoreline.
Yeah, no ref's going to throw a flag at that point. I think they know they know that Brewster is just doing it all in fun. It's all over but the trophy, and I think we're going to be seeing it relatively soon.
We just need the Royal Canadian Mounted Police to come down from the stands in Brossard to present the trophy to Victoria's Secret as they will now be the new D2 winter champions for this season. A great job by them, Darren.
Yeah, I'd like to see that, the RCMP bringing down a trophy. Maybe something to add for next year, I think.
We do have the stands, right? An idea brought by Tony Tibet where there's a little platform on top of the stands. We should do it a la World Cup. Again.
Where you have all the crowd surrounding that podium.
Exactly.
Yeah, that would be something to see.
And that is the last play. And, well, there is a flag on the play, so we can't end it on that if it's against the team here. Wyeth avoids the rush, though, Darren.
Yeah, well, I'm not exactly sure what the flag is for, but at this point, it's
formality now.
It's formality now. This game's over. They know. I'm sure they're going to be calling the game off. There you go. There it is.
Victoria's Secret winning it 54-30. Thanks again, Darren, for a great job by you in the D2 finals. A great job by Victoria's Secret. They did not panic at all during this football game here, but who knows what will happen for the future, though.
Total dominance by Victoria's Secret from start to finish. Very, very impressed by this team.
Stay tuned for the D2 postgame show.
I'm here with Victoria's Secret, who ran away with the D2 final. The game was over at halftime, 34-12 at the half. Not even close in the end. Very great balancing act by the hairy one himself. If you're wondering, it is the same below. Just so you guys know. Congratulations, Victoria's Secret. I'd like to talk to JM for a second. JM, you had an amazing playoffs. How did you feel? Did you feel really confident? Because you stepped it up really big in the playoffs. How did you feel about your gameplay?
Before every game, I'm really nervous, but Rajdi's there to unstress me and everything. So as soon as I step on the field, I just listen to Mr. Big Fro, and everything is good after that.
That's great. That's great. Mario, come here for a second. Mario, sure. You get it? I do it for a living. Mario, you were very pivotal in this game. No one, yet you absolutely were underneath, getting first downs. Paul finally started using you. How much work did you guys have to work on, like with the rush in front of the slant in front of the rusher?
All year, so we've been used to it.
So you're used to
it's
it?
all good. It's all
Very
defense
cool,
and all
very
Paul.
cool.
Paul had his usual good game, and it was all easy from there.
Perfect.
Yep.
Well, I'd like to say congratulations to all of the VS squad. You can see them all over here. Congratulations to them. Victoria's Secret, D2 Winter Champs with the Fro Boy. Congratulations, guys.
Welcome back to the Weekly Extra Point Live Roadshow, the D2 recap, and congratulations to Victoria's Secret, easily blowing out ONS by a big scoreline here, Don. This game was over at halftime.
Yeah, oh yeah. 34-12 at the half. I think basically the pivotal point of this game was ONS had missed a couple of converts, and then the safety. Andrew Blevings and Kevin Wyeth, not sure what happened. Ball carried, went through Kevin's hands, and that safety was a big turning point. From there, it was all downhill.
From the Victoria's Secret standpoint, I mean, Paul Lapierre had a fantastic game, MVP of the playoffs for D2. Were they in sync? It seemed like from the get-go that they weren't missing a beat. The week's worth of practice that they had definitely paid off.
Absolutely. This team was on fire. Paul knew exactly where he wanted to go and hit it early and often. He was phenomenal. By halftime, he only had 4 incompletions, 12 completions, and like six touchdown scores. No, it was 5 touchdown scores by the half. It was just a dominating performance all around for Victoria's Secret. Godfrey Abu also with a pick 6. It was just a great, both sides of the ball, complete game. It was domination.
It seemed like with ONS that Kevin Wyeth wasn't in sync with his receivers. Unlike the previous 3 weeks.
A lot of drop
balls. But the previous 3 weeks, he was in sync. Guys were open.
Not as many drop balls.
Right. And in this game, though, it seemed like guys were missing the balls, overthrowing, underthrowing. Just weren't in the right place at the right time to catch it, though.
Yeah, it was very unfortunate. It just, the way there were so many drops. If you're a guy, you really want your balls to drop. But in this case, it really didn't happen. They dropped them way too much. It just didn't stop. There was a lot of miscues, passes even slightly behind. Receivers not making a play, but the pass was slightly behind as well. The timing was just off for the team.
Well, with Paul Lapierre winning MVP, who was the unsung MVP for Victoria's Secret?
I still think it's Jam Alert. He made a huge pick. You guys have already seen it, so you're watching this. A huge pick in between 2 players. Phenomenal job, and he just did that the whole season. I was talking about him in the pregame, and I really think he was one of the unsung heroes for them this whole season. All
right, looking at it here, in the overall landscape, what grade would you give this final in the league as it progresses this past season?
It was not a great game to watch. I mean, unfortunately, they were down and had to try and claw their way back the whole time. So, I mean, the first half, it started out of the gates. It was looking like it was going to be a good matchup. And then by halftime, I was looking for the NyQuil and just hoping I would wake up when it was all over.
The irony is that the D2 playoffs leading up to the finals, I mean, fantastic games we had all throughout the 3 rounds.
Absolutely.
Up till now. And then we have this, I guess, dud of a game, if you want to use that word.
Anticlimactic, I would say.
Very well, yes.
I would go anticlimactic.
Looking ahead here, Victoria's Secret ONS, what do you forecast for their futures in FPF?
ONS can safely bring the full squad back. If they can get their defense down, put together a whole season, they'll be a really dangerous team. Victoria's Secret, what are they going to do now? They reshuffled the cards last year. They came back with 4 guys. They won it again. So I'm assuming they're going to keep the same core, the 4 players, keep all throwing with Rajdi, Jamil, and Mario. Sure. And just try and carry it on again. I mean, that's what it would make sense to do for both of them, unless Paul wants to make the jump and start trying to throw in D1.
And that's it, though. It might be a domino effect if that is the case to be, if Paul Lapierre decides to move up to D1 with his Victoria's Secret. All right, without further ado, we want to thank all the D2 teams that participated this past winter. It was a fantastic season. Look, ONS, literally, not a top 3 seed, but a bottom half team making it to the finals. Once again, D2 proving that parity does reign supreme. As in years past, we've not seen a 1 versus 1 matchup. And in this case, ONS making it through against a very good, victorious. Congrats to them. I want to thank you, Don and Ray Starwar, for your excellent work this year, covering D2 for the WEPL, and of course with you writing the D1 and D2 article. So it was a fantastic job by you, and congrats to you on a job well done.
Thank you. Congrats to all the D2 teams once again. Thank you so much. And that's it here.
Oh,
for
magic
us
words.
At the D2 Roadshow special edition of the WEPL.
Good night, FPF. We'll see you next month, May 17th, for the spring season. And then, of course, if you're not coming back then, we'll see you for winter 2013.
So that's when it starts.
Watch me not stop, though.